Right. Hypochondria, or health anxiety, as they call it. There's a lot of thoughts racing around in my brain every single day, and some of them are good, some of them are bad. But the especially, but the ones that are really bad are the ones I have about my health. And let me start with a story. So yesterday, a friend of mine texted me. He's on vacation right now, and he sent me a picture of him, in hospital, and told me he's getting his appendix removed. And then I was, wishing him well and talking a little bit to him. And today it's already over for him. He's still in the hospital, but he's fine. And since I was like 10 years old, whenever I had a slight stomach ache or I don't know, in my right groin area, some kind of pain, my mind always just jumped to appendicitis. And yesterday, it somehow didn't. I just, felt bad for him because he's on vacation and he had to go through this. But today I woke up, just like always, I had my breakfast, and then my stomach started to hurt a little, like when you're pressing down and it's just not feeling that well. And then my cycle of thoughts started to race again. What is this? Is it bad? Will it go away? Will it get stronger? Do I have appendicitis? All of a sudden, like at the same time as my friend, which wouldn't even make any sense. And then I was like, all right, no, I have to stop this. I'm gonna start my day anyways. So I just had it out. And I drove to the hardware store because I needed to find some picture frames to hang some pictures my grandma gave me. So I went there, and then when I entered the store, I felt like shaky and anxious, and I don't know why. I'm pretty sure it's just the cause of hypochondria, because I was thinking there was something wrong with me because my friend had appendicitis yesterday and today my stomach hurts. So I was looking for, the things I needed to get in the hardware store. My vision kind of went blurry. It's still not really there yet. Like, it's just brain fog, or I don't know, some sort of just, I'm just not in the right mind. And I found the items I wanted to buy, went to the checkout, and when I was talking to the lady at the checkout, all of a sudden I got sick to my stomach. I felt like I was gonna throw up right into and it didn't get better, and it didn't get better for like few minutes. So that's usually my symptoms of a panic attack. I'm basically just feeling sick and skin is turning white. I'm pretty sure, she noticed, and I mean, she didn't say anything, or maybe I just interpreted her noticing. That's some of the weird thoughts and thought patterns I get, and it's also part of why I like have these strange health concerns every few weeks, months, because I think my brain is just on overload all the time, and I don't know why, but it's constantly worrying about stuff, about health, about the future, about the past, about money, about university, about music, about everything. So I quickly bought those items and I went outside and got into the car, and I was just trying to calm down and I was shaking. I'm not now, but I was literally shaking. And I didn't know what the trigger was, like apart from the health anxiety about appendicitis, but why specifically at the checkout in the hardware store? I don't know why. So I waited till I was somewhat calm again, and then I was packing my items into my bag and I was driving out of there in silence. Normally I would have listened to music while driving, but I got a sense that it would just overwhelm me again, so I just drove in silence and I didn't drive home. I drove right to the next forest, and I got out of the car, locked it, and just went straight into the forest. You know, with my backpack on, I still had the picture frames in my backpack. And I went into the forest, you know, I had my bottle of water in there. That's why I took my backpack. Anyways, I was just trying to get away from everything, just away from other people, away from this overwhelming hardware store where, you know, there's so many different things in every direction. Just there are lamps over there blinding me, and there's mirrors over there so I can see myself 800 times, and then there's all these people, and I was just overwhelmed because I wasn't feeling all that well to begin with. So I just headed out of there and went straight into the forest, and I sat on a stump and I just breathed. And by that time, you know, I wasn't sick anymore. I was still like sort of having a weird stomach, but I wasn't having the sensation of having to throw up like, anymore, which is usually a sign of like, panic or anxiety for me. But it went away, and I was, you know, getting fresh air. It was raining a little, and I was just sitting there and thinking, but not in a bad way. I was just letting all of the stress and all of the worry float up into the air, and that helped tremendously. I think I sat there for like 15 minutes, and then I called my grandma because I hadn't talked to her in a while, which is also something that helps me if I feel bad. Just, you know, talking to somebody who means a lot to you. And yeah, so I decided to just go visit her because, you know, I was driving around anyways. She wasn't feeling too well also, which unfortunately happens quite often for her. So yeah, I visited her and we talked, and now I'm a bleh. Now I'm at home and I just did an anti-anxiety meditation. I ate a little bit, and you know, I'm feeling fine now, like still a little like out of line, I guess. still a little uncentered, I guess, and I don't know why today, but I think it has something to do with health anxiety. But I think it has something to do with health anxiety and my friend and all of that stress I have, like, in my mind. I don't have, I'm not that stressed out actually, but for me in my mind I am. And also every time I cook something, there's always this thought in the back of my head, please please don't make me sick. I'm always scared that it's food that's gone bad. I don't know why. Even if it looks alright, smells alright, even if it's, within the just upload datum. I'm just always worried about that. And then I eat it anyways, and it tastes absolutely normal, but then I wait like until my stomach begins to hurt, which it never does because it was perfectly fine food. But it's just all of this shit in my head or in my mind that I constantly worry about. And then my friend suddenly has appendicitis and my stomach starts to hurt. And then I get like a full-blown panic attack in the middle of a hardware store because I'm sure that I have the same thing now or something different that's, I don't know. But yeah, what I wanted to share basically is the things that help me if I get, like, I guess, these panic attacks, which is some sort of emotional release. So either talking to a person that's important to me, like my grandma, or crying or laughing, like it doesn't matter. Maybe, like, it doesn't matter. Sometimes it's even both at the same time, but I feel there's something like clogged up and it needs to flow out, and that's usually what happens during an emotional release. So yeah, and the third thing that helps me is fresh air, nature, the woods, trees, and just, getting away from it all for, and if it's only a few minutes. So yeah, I hope you're doing fine. I hope you're not sick. And see you soon. I know this has been kind of different video than usual, but I needed to talk about it because it's been kind of a breakthrough for me. Like, I knew these solutions for quite some time now, but I've actually never really phrased them into sentences, so that's what I'm doing here. Yeah, as I said, I hope you're fine and you're doing okay, and I wish you all of luck. Blah. I wish you the best of luck.